Okay. Hello. Good evening. Good evening. We're coming to you from outside City Market, right in front of the barricades. And this is week 7. This is week 7 of the City Market season. And something that we have experienced throughout these weeks is different from last year. It's been warrants. And today, this week, it was 2 warrants issued. It was 2 warrants that was issued and 2 people that was arrested. One at like 3:45 today, and one at the actual City Market event. It was somebody was arrested at the actual City Market event. And I would say that those people are being bonded out as we speak. Those people are all being bonded out as we speak. But I would like to talk about this. The title of this live is called "Boycott City Market." And the reason we saying boycott City Market now, the reason that the title of the video is because the more you think about it, you got to follow the money. Where the money go? Where the money going? They talk about how these 60% minority owners or women owners, but where that money going? Do the Killer Mike tracing? Where the money going? Where's the money leading to? It's leading to people like Kathy McDermott. It's leading to people like Peter Provenzano, who have regularly weaponized the police. So by continuing to go to City Market, by continuing to spend your money at City Market, you're complicit in those actions. You're complicit in the police terrorism. You're complicit in the weaponization of the police.
And I think that's what we need to talk about right there. Using the police as a weapon. Who is using the police as a weapon? The city is using the police as a weapon. The City Market is using the police as a weapon, because 9 times out of 10 the charges are going to be dropped.
Yep.
They're going to be dropped. So not only is this a tactic to keep money flowing through the judicial system through bond, it's also used as a tactic to suppress First Amendment rights from concerned citizens. They're trying to discourage. You know what I'm saying? Discourage in silence. We have to start using critical thinking and wondering, why are they trying to silence? Rockford is engaged in a PR campaign to paint the city as something that it is not. The city cannot just focus on economic gain when the morals and ethics of its city officials are corrupt and deficient. Can't happen that way.
And what has been happening recently is not abnormal. It's not unusual. It's not out of the norm for these to happen. This is what it means to live in America. This is what it means to be a part of this country.
Yeah.
You're gonna see this weekend a lot of people. God bless America. They flags flying and they red, white, and blue dress and big parties celebrating the 4th of July. Now tell me, what did the 4th of July do for Denzel Duvon?
Nothing.
What did the 4th of July? What did America do for Jose Gonzalez Jr.?
Nothing.
What did America do to Faustin Guaitigo?
Stay silent.
What did Rockford do for Jose Gonzalez
Stay
Jr.?
silent.
What did Tom McNamara do for Jose Gonzalez
Stay
Jr.?
silent.
What did Tom McNamara do for Tyrus Jones?
Stay silent.
Still to this day. This day. You can look at the names and faces that each one of these light posts, and the only thing the city has done for them is tear them down.
They want to erase the memory. They want to erase. Memorials are placed so that we do not forget. That we do not forget the atrocities that happened to them. Each and every time the city of Rockford comes out and desecrates these memorials, they're saying, hey, forget about it. It never happened. This is on the eve. This is 4th of July weekend, Independence. If America has shown us anything, it's really shown us the way to revolution. Okay? The way to revolution. You go up against the system that you don't want to have over you anymore. The system of authority, the Rockford government and the Rockford Police Department and the sheriffs, they're out of fucking hand. The police union contracts only protect the police officers. They do not hold them accountable. This is the problem. Police are not held accountable. And to the naysayers, what is it about police accountability that you are against? What is it about police let's not talk about, because we want to talk about tactics a little later.
Okay.
We're going to talk, because I want to talk about the city and the police tactics on what they're doing to try to suppress.
going back to the memorials real quick.
Yeah.
We had seen there was a video earlier this week that that Terry had recorded the owner of this old City Hall building complaining about the memorial for Shannon Graves in front of his building
on a public pole.
On a public pole, and that's not his property; it's a public pole. And he was saying, "It's been 10 years. It's been 10 years since the person died."
It's been 10 years. So what?
Exactly.
So
Let me
what?
ask you something. You ever lost somebody?
Yeah.
You think that your grieving process, you do not miss them? 10 years go by.
People in their homes, when someone passed, I know in the black community, we put up the obituary inside of maybe a glass china, or maybe make a little altar in the home, or you may have a plant that symbolizes that loved one. If someone was to come and tear that down, if someone was to come to desecrate that, that's disrespectful, ungodly, and unmoral. What the city of Rockford is doing is immoral. What that business owner did was just project with the city officials the energy that they give off. 10 years ago, who cares? So what? We're moving on from that. That family has not seen justice.
No.
All right. Yep. That family deserves justice. That family deserves closure. The families come down here. The families come down here and look at these memorials. There's memorials all throughout Rockford, but only the memorials that are put up by the May 30th Alliance are targeted. That's war. That's a tactic. That's war. That is a tactic. We're talking about tactics of the May 30th Alliance, tactics of demonstrations. Let's talk about the tactics of the city of Rockford to suppress free speech. Let's talk about the tactics of the police department being used as weapons to do raids at 4 o'clock in the morning, take necessities from concerned citizens in front of City Hall, to come and shine lights while people are sleeping. Intimidation, the tactics. If we're going to talk about tactics, let's talk about the ones who are supposed to be deemed the professionals. Why are we holding citizens to a higher standard than we are professionals? If I deserve to be shot 11 times, like I'm a juggernaut coming up the steps of my own home, an immigrant not having a language interpreter available.
Going back specifically to this Friday, today. Again, what has happened recently and what has happened here, it really is just a microcosm of what it means to be in America.
Yeah.
It really is a microcosm of what it means to be in Rockford. I've been arrested for writing Denzel Duvant's name in chalk.
In chalk.
Think about that. They don't want nobody to know Denzel's name. They don't want nobody to see the photos of his face. They don't want nobody to hear about the stories and hear about what happened to him and to hear about what happened to Jose Gonzalez Jr., what happened to Faustin Ray Tigo, how the police murdered him, how these are modern day lynchings. They don't want you to know about that.
It's a so what mentality. It's a who cares mentality. They're criminals. Who cares, right? You're absolutely right. Like, they're trying to suppress speech so much now that they're making up the law as they see fit, as they're going. Givens, he tells you what? Don't use the siren.
Don't use the siren.
And as he get ready to go, the white man, his subordinate, someone under him,
he the assistant deputy chief.
Someone under him tells him no, the siren, the bullhorn too. So they want to suppress amplified speech. This is not about sirens. They want to suppress amplified speech.
And not just amplified speech, but what you saying in that speech. Exactly. What you saying, what you talking about. If I was talking about, support local businesses, come to City Market, they wouldn't have no problems with no megaphone. But since I'm talking about Denzel Duvant, since I'm talking about Jose Gonzalez Jr., since I'm talking about what police officers that work this event have done, they don't want nobody to hear that. They don't want nobody to listen to that.
That's a disruption. The truth is a disruption. When I was talking to the guy, he said, people are always talking about, the bad things that police are doing. They're not talking about the good things that police are doing. That's a lie. Because I see police taking PR photo ops all the time.
Everybody take photos with cops.
all the time.
Stop taking photos with police. Stop giving them your meals. Stop cooking meals for them. I'm not even. But I will say that. Damn, what was I going to get into? It's the police officers here that have done things. It's police officers
who
here
gotten away with
have
murder.
murdered people.
Yeah,
It's
who gotten away with
Jeremiah
murder.
says earlier, murdered Logan Bell. He work in your city market. He guarding your interests. You passing by a murderer. You passing by somebody who shot an 18-year-old boy 16 times.
And stood over him.
Stood over him and shot him again. Think about that. That's who City Market have working for them.
They say they feel safe with him around. That you got to understand that. They like that mentality. They want him here. They want him to be quick to the draw. You know what I'm saying? This is why we have to get inside of those police union contracts and the hiring process, and also keeping these transgressions on record. On record, the penalty has to be harsher. Just because an officer feels as if.
Not the penalty needs to be harsher. Right now, we in a place where there is no penalty.
Yeah.
In fact, there's almost the exact opposite. It's a promotion in line.
That's true.
It's a promotion in line. If you shoot somebody in New Rockford Cop, you are more likely to get promoted. You are more likely to get promoted than face any type of repercussions. Okay. Go. All right. So and again, just what City Market is just a microcosm of Rockford. It's a microcosm. Is who making the most money? It's the white people that organize it. And what they doing? They taking money from those minority-owned businesses. They're taking money from those female-owned businesses, and they taking their money from them. It's exploitation.
Yeah,
it's using them to profit.
Yeah.
It's using them to profit. It's not doing this out of the kindness of their heart. It's not doing this out of their goodwill, their good nature, that they would have done this just normally. It's doing this to be exploitative. It's being this to profit off them again.
It's a tactic. Once again, it's a tactic. It's no secret that city market officials wanted to get away from the stigma of it being racist. So to try to do so, they get more black business owners to be a part of city market. I'm not saying they openly recruited. I'm saying that they opened the doors, and they went in and got. That's what I'm saying. They went in and they got more black people just because y'all know it was black people living in the slave master's home, right? Just because you have blacks inside of your home does not mean that you're not racist. You just see a financial gain, a financial opportunity to exploit the black dollar, if you will. Have people come down, city market. They forget about, all the other atrocities that's going on. Now the people out here protesters are a nuisance because you're ruining my Friday night. Well, that officer ruined someone's life.
Took someone's life.
Ruined that family's life and took that man's life. Took his life. And they want you to forget about it. Evil always wants to be erased.
I can get that photo of Denzel.
Look at this face.
A lot of one of the criticism I hear. First, I want to address this. I'm not at City Market to have no conversations. I'm not at City Market to. Other people may want to do that. Other people may want to do that. But it's murderers here. I'm not having no conversation with nobody. It's abusers here. I ain't talking to nobody. I ain't having no discussion. I ain't happy. I ain't in no good mood to have no open and honest conversation, especially with somebody that come up and say, "Oh, you don't have no life experiences. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You this, you this, you this." Nah, you a racist old white man. You're not just gonna come up and tell me what my life is or what my life is about and expect me to just go along with the conversation. Nah, I ain't want nothing to do with you. I ain't want nothing to do with you before you open your mouth, and now after it, I ain't want nothing to do with you. Maybe not ever. So. But a lot of things that people say is, "Oh, go somewhere else. Go somewhere else protest somewhere else." First of all, we outside City Hall every day. And second of all, we're not going to go somewhere else because City Market has weaponized the police. The same police who did this. The same police that did this. City Market had working for them last year. The same police. The same police that did this falsely arrested people last year. The same people. And when they have assistant deputy chiefs down here, Kurt has murdered somebody. Doug Pan has shot somebody. Scott Olsen was in charge of the Scope team, which has regularly terrorized his community for decades. Carla Red shot at people. It's murderers in there. And those who haven't murdered people have either attempted to murder people or enabled those who have. So we're not going to go away. We're not going to leave City Market, especially when City Market continue to weaponize the police who have done actions like this. We're not going to go nowhere. We're going to be at City Market every single Friday. And despite whatever Gibbons say about doing this is a crime, most of the charges from last year have been dropped already. The vast majority of the charges have been dropped already. They showing you, they telling you, oh,
it carries no weight.
It's time. The first time I was arrested last year on August 7th. The first time I was arrested, there was one bus that had left already, and I was the first one on the second bus. And I'm sitting there and I'm waiting for 20, 30 minutes. And I'm down like, damn, what am I waiting here for so long for? Let's just go. If I'm gonna go to jail, just take me to jail. I just don't want to be fucking waiting here. And so I'm yelling at the CO. What's taking so long? I'm just yelling. And he'd go, we need to wait for more people to get arrested.
So they're anticipating.
Not that he think more crime gonna be committed. Not that he think that anything of that nature. But the fact that he knows that more people are going to get arrested. He knows that the police are there specifically to arrest people. And what we have seen, the difference from this year, is they're not going to arrest you. They're going to try their best not to arrest you at City Market because that's bad for their image.
Yeah.
That's bad for their image.
That's bad for PR right now.
What they're going to do is issue a warrant, and they're going to arrest you at 4:59 on a Friday. They're going to arrest you right before City Market on a Friday. Ask yourself, what are the chances?
Tactics.
What are the chances that how many warrants have I got? I don't even know how many. I think I gotten 3 warrants on me. 4 warrants on me.
Warrants.
And each one of them has came at the exact same time, the exact same time of the week, at the exact same hour. That's not no coincidence. That's no happenstance. That's not no. It's been times where they passed all around here. I bet you that next Friday, a week from now, that they arrest me on a warrant from actions that took place here. Meanwhile, they served me a paper. They arrested somebody else who was arrested on a warrant here. They had multiple interactions. They came up to me and told me, gave me what did they give me? A noise citation for disturbing the peace. Do this look peaceful to y'all?
Not at all.
Where's their peace? Where is their peace? Is there peace when this happening? Is there peace when police officers are patrolling? Is there peace when police officers are in the area? And who do you expect to be violent? Who do you expect to be violent and to to initiate the violence?
It's
the police.
It's the police. There's been no violence from any of the demonstrators or concerned citizens. The violence comes from the police every time. Since we started this very crosswalk.
Mm-hmm.
In this very crosswalk, right here where we're at, the violence comes from the police. Mm-hmm. They come weaponized. We bring no weapons. They come with guns and batons and shields. They come with that. But now they're like, we have a PR campaign. Like you said, let's issue out the warrants and let's get them before City Market starts. Mm-hmm. We want to talk about tactics. Let's talk about the police tactics and the city tactics to suppress free speech. Let's talk about that. Because that's what's happening. On top of this. That's on top of this. That's on top.
Think about what they're saying. You can go in there, you can support these businesses, but don't say nothing about Denzel. Don't say nothing about Faustin. Don't say nothing about Jose. You're going to get kicked out. You're going to be banned from City Market area. You're going to be banned. So I think my phone's going to die pretty soon. My phone's going to die. So I'll wrap this up saying this. The reason why we're calling for a boycott of City Market is you got to follow the money. Where the money go? Where the money really go? Not what they tell you where the money go. Where the money really go? The money going to people like Kathy McDermott. The money going to people like Peter Provenzano. And what actions have those people engaged in? What actions have the City Market organizers engaged in? Police terrorism, mass incarceration, and racial injustice. So by coming down here and supporting City Market, you supporting this. By coming down here and supporting City Market, you supporting the people in jail right now. You supporting, not my fault, you're not supporting the people in jail. You supporting the arrests and sending people to jail. That's what you supporting. The false imprisonments. That's what you supporting by coming to City Market. You supporting people being denied entry just based on the color of their skin. That's what you supporting by coming to City Market. That's what you supporting by coming down here and spending your money. So that's why we call for boycott City Market. If you have a problem with this, if you look at this and you have empathy, if you look at this and you have emotion, which I can't imagine how you could not. That's the crazy thing. I can't imagine how you would look at this face and laugh like how some of these City Market people go, like how some of these City Market people do. I can't imagine how you could do that. But this is what y'all supporting by coming to City Market. Don't spend your money here. Don't spend your money here. You supporting people who regularly weaponize the police, who regularly order the false arrest of people, who had children pepper sprayed, who had black women be regularly brutalized last year, and still to this year. Boycott City Market.